Hey guys, Grifton here, and today we're going to be talking about what I'm bringing as consumes in my bag for leveling from 70 to 80. But before we get started, please take the time to like and subscribe. It really does help me out. Okay guys, so here we are, and I'm out on Brewfest waiting for the thing to reset so I can try to get my brew of the month. But I'm also organizing my bags to decide what I'm going to be bringing and what I'm going to leave behind. And one of the main concerns was what consumes I wanted. So I actually made a collection of items I'll be bringing to hopefully share with you so you have an idea of what you want to bring and maybe suggest something that I'm missing that I can grab really quickly. Now, I will be doing leveling, doing questing, and dungeon grinding to give you an idea of what I'm doing. But whatever you do, chances are you're probably going to need consumes anyway. So let's just go over what I've got. So first, I do have scrolls. I brought scrolls of agility and scrolls of strength. You can't have both at the same time anymore. But you can have one or the other. I'm probably going to lean more heavily into agility, but I did bring a couple strength ones just because I had them already and I was like, why not? The next thing is food. So I'm going to be doing stat food with grilled mudfish. I do have plenty of leftover grilled mudfish sitting on my alt, so I'll be able to refill myself. However, I also plan to doing fishing and cooking and hopefully make my own food as I'm going. So maybe I'll get an improved stat food really early on. Now for regular just water, food and water, I'm actually going to stick with the everlasting underspore frond, and this is the underspore pod. Essentially, you can craft your own 10 edible pods every 12 hours. You can only have a maximum of 20. But honestly, because it's not that big of a deal to have full mana, maybe just to have a little bit and a little bit of health, usually you only sit down for a few seconds and then you go, and this is enough for me. While I'm leveling, I'm sure I'll pick up plenty of water, so this will only be useful for early on until I get like a established amount of water going. If I run into a mage, I'll grab some conjured food and water, and that'll be fine. But for this, it only requires me to have these two things, and I can create more as I go for free. And then once I am done with it, I can just remove them and delete them and not feel bad about it. This is just, I'm bringing this because for lures, I know I could just bring lures instead, but I'm really hoping that Blizzard changes it so I can use vendoring for this. But yeah, speaking of vendoring though, I'll also be bringing repair bots. Now, I have a ton more repair bots, but I'm only going to be carrying about 10 at a time. These are going to be great for both repairing and vendoring, especially because this doesn't actually work to vendor. But yes, I'll be popping these whenever I need to. If I'm in a group, will help repair in the middle of a dungeon, especially if we wipe on something for some reason. But these are going to be really helpful. I also have regular reagents just for my Gift of the Wild, so I can buff my group. I don't have the reagent for the Rebirth because I have the glyph that requires not having one. So that's going to save me some bag space. And then for just like regular consumes, I am going to bring the Adamantite weight stone. Now, if you don't know, the weight stones stop working above item level 165. Luckily, our current weapon is only 154, but we will eventually replace this weapon and this will stop working. So we want to use these as soon as we can now because we're not going to be able to use them later. And then for regular consumes, I brought both flasks and the 2 elixirs. So for a flask, I went with Flask of Relentless Assault. But for elixirs, the better choice is probably actually going to be these two, which is Elixir of Major Agility and Elixir of Major Fortitude. Shout out to Bearbis for suggesting this. I didn't think it was really worth it, but the health regen does make it pretty worthwhile. I mean, the 250 health is whatever, but having regen going all the time is really nice, keeping you just going and going and going. Yeah, so those are all my regular consumes. I also put over here, I just want to let you guys know, there's a Storm Shroud set that I will be trying out at 71. I will have it on me. Whether or not it's going to be amazing or not, I did some basic testing, but nothing confirmed. But I will be carrying this set, so when I can swipe, I'm going to try to do some swipe chains and see how well that goes. But that's it. This is honestly nothing compared to what I did for TBC. I had just tons of stuff. This is actually pretty limited and pretty well covered. I think I've got everything figured out. Now, if I miss something, maybe there's something I'm missing. I do have a fishing pole, in case you're going to ask. If there's something I'm missing, let me know in the comments because I don't want to miss it. And anybody who is looking to get a comprehensive list, make sure you check the comments in case something comes up. I can't edit the video to add more things. Anyway, guys, that's it. That's all I want to talk about. I hope this video was helpful. I hope you guys are having a good Brewfest or excited for Wrath coming out in a few days. Thanks for watching. And as always, guys, take care.